man. All right, we're going to continue down this rabbit hole here.
Potentially charge Mr. Trump with falsifying business records. How does an indictment usually play out? The prosecution gathers the grand jury to read the possible charges. Then the jurors vote. If 12 vote in favor, prosecutors draw up an indictment and the foreperson signs it. The indictment is then officially filed under seal, meaning the public doesn't see it at first. At that point, prosecutors contact defense attorneys to coordinate a time for the defendant to voluntarily surrender, and a judge makes the indictment public. Another legal setback for Mr. Trump today in the special counsel's classified documents investigation. A judge ruled last Friday, in secret, that there was enough evidence that Mr. Trump may have committed crimes through his lawyers in that case to create an exception to his attorney-client privilege, meaning one of his lawyers, Evan Corcoran, can be forced to testify and hand over documents.
You could end up with Evan Corcoran as a key fundamental witness against Donald Trump in an obstruction of justice case, a false statements case out of the Mar-a-Lago documents.
Mr. Trump denies any wrongdoing in that documents case. Now, returning to the New York case, today is the last day the grand jury is scheduled to meet this week. And the New York Times is reporting this morning that they could hear testimony from one additional witness, according to sources with knowledge of the matter.
Yeah, it's a nothing burger, and they're going to eventually bury this, and we're never going to talk about it again. I guarantee it. Someone just needs to check on Rob Reiner and his erection. I know he took some Viagra at the start of this news breaking.
No, dude, this is going on the island with the Mueller investigation.
Yes! Hey-o! Thank you! Exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, remember the Mueller investigation?
Nobody wants to remember that, dude. That was like a year-long episode.
Oh, God.
Great call, dude. The Mueller investigation. Each single time, we've done 2 impeachments now. We did a 8-month-long, 2-season Jan 6th committee. We did the Mueller investigation. How much more bullshit? Where's the Steele dossier?
And this whole time, the clock is ticking. 2024 is coming. What are you going to do if you can't arrest him before then?
That's right, man.
You're going to have to run against him.
Again, I stand by it. They should arrest him, and then him and Lion King should team up. Or not Lion King, Tiger King.
Tiger King.
Yeah, they should get together, dual ticket from prison. The idea that he was going to be arrested is the funniest thing ever. We got the AI images that people were obsessed with for the last 2 days. And now I really think that they actually have nothing to arrest him on. This is all just a bunch of bull. I think this was a big, old, fat distraction.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's a lot of people saying on the left, they're all saying they need to drop this case in New York and focus on the one in Georgia. They think that's like the big one that's going to take him down. I don't know.
That's just mind-numbing that people are obsessed with him on this level. The guy, I think, is running a poor campaign currently compared to Ron DeSantis and some of the other people out there. So,
Ron DeSantis' numbers are going down.
I saw that he made a boo-boo. He may have accidentally said something wrong about the Ukraine situation. I think he called it a territory dispute or something.
I agree with him. It's not our business. Why are we sending so much money over there?
Dude, I totally agree with him. Also, I just noticed that, perusing the left-wing media, they were really zeroing in on that. Everything about Trump, or everything about DeSantis ends up about Trump. They keep tying in everything with, they're battling it out now. It's a very funny new narrative that they're playing out in front of us. I thoroughly enjoy it. I've always thought that Ron DeSantis was going to be the man no matter what, only because the establishment regained control. They figured out what accidentally got Trump into office. They put the kibosh on that. It ain't ever going to happen again. So now we get the establishment people. We got Establishment Joe. He destroyed the country. We're going to get Establishment Ron, and he's going to Ronald Reagan the country. That's what's going to happen.
You think so?
Yeah, and then you know what happened with Reagan in the 80s? We had unbelievable corruption.
But good times.
But good times, great oldies. We got the DeLorean and Back to the Future and great cocaine. It was a party.
Great cocaine. Can we bring back the DeLorean? Come on. I was told there was going to be an electric one.
I know. Where's my electric DeLorean, damn it?
Man, this future sucks.
It really does. I saw that I was reading about gas car prices, how they are probably going to remain the same or get more expensive. And that that a lot of these car dealerships have, car companies have stopped making the lower end market cars to force people to buy the more expensive ones. Did you see Chevy released the last Camaro?
No, really?
They are discontinuing the Camaro, and when I read the article, it said that they were going to focus on newer electric lines. And when it comes to cars being too expensive, they're dropping the prices on electric cars. Here's the deal with these electric cars. When the battery goes, the car goes. They're having a lot of issues with these, like you can't repair these cars like you can a gas car if you get into a fender bender.
Yeah, good call.
There's a lot of problems with that. And I think what's going to ultimately kind of feels like the future will be the rich will be buying the really nice gas cars, and the rest of us are going to be cruising around, putt-putting in our fucking Priuses.
Little golf carts.
And the government will have the kill switch to turn them off whenever they feel like it.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks. You're on lockdown now. Wear your mask, sheep.
Or turn off manual control, put it on auto, and drive you right to the police station.
Oh, God. See, every day I'm realizing more and more all dystopian films and novels were wrong except one, Demolition Man. Starring Sylvester.
Sure,
that literally nailed our fucking future. And I'm not just talking about with the electric cars driving themselves. I'm also talking about the PC culture being censored by your government and charged for saying things. Like, we are literally, we're in that world, man.
Yeah. Yeah, you combine. We're somewhere in between Demolition Man and Idiocracy.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Like, all the dumb people took over.
And they're all germaphobes. And,
Well,
they're very sensitive people. Very sensitive.
I saw this clip of Joe Biden from 1973 in Congress talking about the future.
Oh, nice, dude.
You know what I mean? It was really 1973. I think it was like the 80s.
Yeah, man.
Early 80s. I don't know. He still had most of his hair. And this was pre-plugs. He's talking about the future and this and that and our children's future and everything. And all I can think is, dude, you and everybody around you are still going to be in office 40 years later.
Oh.
That's why we don't have a future. That's why nothing really, you know what I mean?
Yes. That's why we didn't
You
advance.
guys can't even use iPhones. And you're running the country.
Oh, man. Great call. Yeah, well, you said it was from the 80s, probably?
It was in the 80s. One of the things he was talking about was how, like, the older generation needs to step aside for the newer one.
Yeah, I'm sure this is a universal issue through time. The old people aren't going to ever let their grip on control go.
No, you got to force them.
Yeah, who's going to step in there and enact the laws? I think your man, Ted Cruz, has gone on record many times saying that he would support and, be down with enacting age limits on the Senate.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, man. You got to listen to Ted Cruz, man. He's on a roll.
Have you been rocking the Ted Cruz world lately?
Oh, love the podcast. Yeah, really good.
Good. I'm glad. I know Ted's carving out his own groove in the world these days. It's funny how the media, probably through Daily Wire. No, not Daily Wire. The Daily Show with Jon Stewart back in the day. It was easy to make Ted Cruz seem like a slimy kind of sleazeball kind of politician.
Yeah, they still do. Like, even Daily Wire does it all the time. They always talk about him. Like, oh, he supported Trump even after he said dog face. Ho, ho, ho. And then like 5 minutes later, he's like, the problem with politicians is they just can't get past anything and like work together.
What's interesting,
Which one is it, asshole?
Well, the world we're in now, like 20 years ago when Jon Stewart was on The Daily Show, he could paint this picture of Ted Cruz, and we would all agree, and that would kind of be the universal statement on Ted Cruz. And now here we are in 2023, and they could attempt to paint the same picture, but then you could go on to, Spotify or Apple Podcasts and check out Ted Cruz and hear what he has to say.
Yeah, and then you're listening, and then when you turn on that podcast, you're listening to a Harvard educated.
Yeah, you're like, wait, this guy's
explain the Senate, and you're like, oh, I never thought about that.
Is this guy smart?
Crazy.
What's going on here? Why are they calling him an idiot on that TV show? Oh wait, maybe that TV show's manipulating me. Oh wait.
Yeah. That's why it's amazing to listen to his podcast and then you go watch like CNN or something and this dumb bimbo blonde is fucking talking about how he's an idiot.
It's
You're like, wait a minute.
fascinating to see the way, again, we did a clip on him. This is a month ago or so. He was on The View and that one chick tried to get him in a gotcha, and was trying to talk about how Trump talked about his wife and all that bull from, when they did the election. But he was so elegant and funny and direct to the point and just such a gentleman about it. You can't argue with a guy like that, and it's hard to keep, trying to put up this image of him being this, I don't know, slimy, soft, pansy, sleazeball politician when he is a politician, and they probably all are, but he's also kind of a smart guy, believe it or not.
I really do believe they just attack the people they're afraid of. And I think they're afraid of him because, look, dude, I talked about hating him, and then I listened to his podcast, and he won me over. So it's like he's that kind of guy, and I think that's what scares about him. One of the things they don't want you to know about him is everything they say about him, he'll say about himself. He's very, he has a self-deprecating humor about him. He knows who he is,
And here's another thing. I listen to a lot of interviews and podcasts and all this shit where they interview guys like Pete Buttigieg. That guy's an idiiot. I don't know how this guy got into fucking politics, let alone to the White House.
He can't hit the softballs.
That's what I'm saying.
Ted Cruz gets up to bat, turns the hat backwards. He says, give me what you fucking got. Throw the curve. Throw the fucking curve. You know what I mean? He lives for those questions. You can tell he loves the debate,
Absolutely, man. That's why you could just see it, you can hear it. We live in an age now where you can't really fake it. You could fake it for the TV, but then if you try to go on the shows, on the podcasts, and actually give it, you got to be real. Otherwise, you're Pete Buttigieg. Or
then you're out there like, oh, well, Frank, we did do this. And then he looks at you like, how dare you ask me that question? Well, I did go to the train derailment 4 weeks afterwards.
That's right, man. Well, you got to let the air breathe out a little bit. It's got to clean.
I couldn't breathe that toxic air. What if it got in my breast milk?
That's right. He's watching out for the kids. Those sweet nipples.
I don't want my kids looking like a kid from Ohio. Have you seen those test scores?
Yeah, man. And plus that cloud, it definitely drifted over Pennsylvania. The kid could turn out looking like Fetterman.
Oh, dude, he's coming back.
No, I read the article. I knew you saw it, dude.
CNN did a breaking news. They were excited. Fetterman is fine. We're not gonna overwhelm him. Chuck Schumer is a little fucking we're gonna overwhelm him. Is it cold in here? It's a little cold in here, but we're not going to overwhelm. Make sure you bring him a sweater. Can we get him a sweater?
Can we get an extra scarf for the hump, please? The hump is cold.
No, the hump is gone, dude. He lost 200 pounds. Stroke is really thinning.
Wait. The hump was fat then? Is that what we're saying here?
We're still not sure what the hump was. But,
then this wasn't depression. He got the hump removed.
Did he get a Brazilian hump lift? He did the Kardashian. He got the hump back put in the ass. You know?
Or you take it out of my neck and put it right in my ass there. Thank you.
What's that young Kardashian that's not really a Kardashian, who was ugly before all the surgeries?
Oh,
I
don't know.
She was literally like she literally had like a humpback, disappeared for 3 months, and then comes back, no hump, huge ass. Like, don't tell me that hump didn't go in the ass.
They definitely took one of them into the shop and, did her up head to toe. There's no doubt about it.
Dude, she went in looking like Bruce and came out looking like fucking Kim.
Like Caitlyn?
It was unbelievable.
No, I think that's really sad when you really think about it, because this chick probably just grew up with the cameras around her and all her gorgeous, allegedly, according to tabloids, sisters.
According to some. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I personally find Kim Kardashian to be horrifying. And like, that is just such a grotesque image of women in my mind.
Now, listen, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and the people who behold that beauty tend to be of a certain ethnic background.
We're only allowed to bash these people because we're talking about Kanye, and he hates the Jews. All right? So we score points with that one.
Let's just say that the people who find her attractive are probably about 13% of the population.